viewers of Nagaland TV, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nltv News Now. Let's begin with the headlines. Ukrainian negotiators David Arhamia says that the third round of talks between the Ukrainian delegation and Russia is set to take place on March 7. Earlier, the interlocutors in the Ukraine president's team says that they are waiting for confirmation from the Russians. The first phase batch of UNICEF humanitarian supplies arrives in Lviv, Western Ukraine on 6 March from UNICEF's Global Supply and Logistics Hub in Copenhagen. Supplies include personal protective equipment, medicine, first aid kits, midwifery kits, surgical equipment, and early childhood and recreational kits. A consultative meeting on Naga peace process ULB elections has been convened on 9 March at 10 a.m. in the State Banquet Hall of Chief Minister's Residential Complex. Notably, Chief Minister Nipu Rio, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton, Deputy Speakers, Nagaland Legislative Assembly, ministers, advisors and senior officials will also attend the meeting. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research and Nagaland Center conducts a 3-day training program in collaboration with Nagaland Police for 30 farmers from 16 villages. Dr. Pritpal Kaur, IPS SP of Nagaland, graces the program as a special guest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 6 March inaugurates the Pune Metro Rail project in the city and lays the foundation stone of various development projects. The Prime Minister also unveils the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj at the premises of the Pune Municipal Corporation. Let's see more of the news in details. The third round of talks between the Ukrainian delegation and Russia will take place on Monday. This was confirmed by one of the Ukrainian negotiators, David Arhamia. Earlier, the interlocutors in the Ukraine president's team said that they are waiting for confirmation from the Russians and they proposed March 7 as the date. The second round of talks between the two countries had taken place on March 3. During the second round talks, the Ukrainian and Russian sides reached an understanding of jointly providing humanitarian corridors for the evacuation of civilians from the sites of the fiercest fighting. Meanwhile, on March 5, the Russian army was continuing to fire on evacuation routes from Mariupol and Volnovakha. Notably, the Ukraine Minister for Reintegration of the Temporarily Occupied Territories, Irina Vereshchuk, called on Russia to abide by the agreements. President of the United States, Joe Biden, on Saturday spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and discussed issues concerning security and financial support for Ukraine. Biden received an update from Zelensky regarding the situation at Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Notably, this is the second phone call between the two leaders this week, and the conversation lasted for about half an hour. The first batch of the United Nations Children's Fund humanitarian supplies arrived in Lviv, Western Ukraine on Sunday from UNICEF's Global Supply and Logistics Hub in Copenhagen. Supplies included personal protective equipment, medicines, first aid kits, midwifery kits, surgical equipment, and early childhood and recreational kits. Notably, an additional batch of supplies, including 17,000 blankets and warm winter clothing for children, are also en route via Poland from UNICEF's Turkey country office warehouse in Mersin. UNICEF's representative in Ukraine, Murat Sahin, remarked that these supplies will help provide much-needed support to women, children, and healthcare workers in Ukraine. Vice President of the United States Kamala Harris is set to travel to Poland and Romania from March 7 to 11. Harris' trip will include stops in Warsaw and Bucharest. Harris is said to meet the leaders of both countries to coordinate on their response to Russia's invasion and discuss how the U.S. can further support Ukraine's neighboring nations as they prepare to welcome Ukrainian refugees. Furthermore, leaders will also discuss their continuing support for the people of Ukraine. A member of the Ukrainian negotiating delegation was killed on Saturday by the Security Service of Ukraine, which suspects that he was a Russian spy. According to media reports, the SBU had evidence of Denis Kirev's treason, including telephone conversations. Allegedly, Kirev was shot dead by the SBU during his arrest. Reportedly, he was suspected of treason. Moreover, Kirev was considered a creature of the oligarch Andrei Kluyev and ally of former Ukraine President Viktor Yanukovych, who fled to the Russian Federation. A consultative meeting on Naga peace process ULB elections has been convened on March 9 at 10 a.m. in the State Banquet Hall of Chief Minister's residential complex. Notably, Chief Minister Nipu Rio, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton, Deputy Speakers, Nagaland Legislative Assembly, ministers, advisors and senior officials will also attend the meeting. It may be mentioned that the meeting will be held at all the members of Legislative Assembly, political parties, church bodies, tribal bodies and organizations, student bodies, women organizations' participation. The District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee of PEG held a meeting on Saturday. Notably, the meeting was held at the Deputy Commissioners Conference Hall, whereby the members of Parliament KG Kenya chaired the meeting. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday inaugurated the Pune Metro Rail project in the city and laid the foundation stone of various development projects. Furthermore, the Prime Minister also unveiled the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj at the premises of the Pune Municipal Corporation, followed by the inauguration of the Metro project. Notably, the project is being built at a cost of more than Rs 11,400 crores. He will also inaugurate and inspect the exhibition at Garware Metro Station and will undertake a metro ride from there to Anantnagar Metro Station. Kohima Village Youth Organization on Saturday organized the Kewimiya Sekrenyi Festival with MLA Krehu Lejitsu as the host at the Zekizo ground in Kohima Village. Speaking at the festival program where invitees from different communities were present, MLA Lejitsu said that we might belong to different culture and religion, speak different dialects, different castes and tribes, but Sekrenyi Festival is the time to purify oneself and seek divine blessings for prosperity and good health. He further said that it is a time where all the different age groups of the Angami tribe come together and strengthen and renew their bondage of friendship, feast together and pray for blessings so they continue to live in peace and harmony. Notably, the festival witnessed traditional games, competitions like greased pole climbing, war cry, tug of war, steeled bamboo walk.
My village extend a very warm Sekrenyi greetings to all our guests present here and welcome you all to our Sekrenyi celebration. All of us as residents of the Kohima capital town, we speak different dialects. We belong to different cultures and religions. We follow different cultures and religions. We belong to different tribes and castes. But to me, the message of this Sekrenyi festival is common for all: to purify oneself and to seek divine blessings for prosperity and good health for the days ahead. I wish all of us will carry back those blessings back to our places so that we can continue to live in peace.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday held a high-level meeting in regards to the Ukraine crisis. During the meeting, Union Minister for External Affairs Jay Shankar, Foreign Secretary Harsh Vardhan Shringla and other officials also attended the meeting. Furthermore, the External Affairs Ministry on Saturday said that almost all the Indians have left Kharkiv city in Ukraine, and the current main focus of the government is to evacuate citizens from the Sumy area as it is challenging amid ongoing violence and lack of transportation. The Business Association of Nagas on Saturday launched their membership registration portal by Additional Commissioner GST Sashi Wapang at Grace Hall, Awomti, Dimapur. Notably, the membership registration portal can be accessed through the website www.baofnagas.gmail.com. It may be mentioned that the Nagas entrepreneurs can fill in their business details, upload documents, pay the membership fee, and renew their membership through the portal. Union Home Minister Amit Shah attended the 53rd Raising Day ceremony of Central Industrial Security Force at Ghaziabad's Indirapuram on Sunday. Shah inspected the parade of the force. CISF is a central armed police force of the country and is among one of the 6 paramilitary forces of India. Notably, CISF functions under the Union Home Ministry. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research of Nagaland Center has conducted a 3-day training program in collaboration with Nagaland Police for 30 farmers from 16 villages. Notably, Dr. Pritpal Kaur, IPS SP of Nagaland, graced the program as a special guest. Meanwhile, Dr. Mahak, scientist from ICAR, chaired the program and he trained all the farmers and stated that he will train next batch also in the coming month. Remarkably, the program was themed Fighting Drugs and Unemployment with Education and Livelihood Skills at Unreached Border Areas, where mostly graduated youths of Nagaland participated. Notably, the 3-day training program taught scientific methodologies of animal rearing, vaccination, hygiene, maintenance, feed making, etc. Meanwhile, the Joint Director from ICAR Nagaland and scientists from ICAR Ivory Kolkata also joined on the final day of the training. The delegates gave short speeches and provided piglets and feeds to all the farmers. Indian Premier off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin has surpassed New Zealand bowling legend Richard Hadlee to become the 11th highest wicket-taker in the history of Test cricket. Ashwin achieved the feat when he dismissed Sri Lankan batter Dhananjaya De Silva on day 2 of the first Test between India and Sri Lanka at the PCA Stadium in Mohali. With De Silva's wicket, Ashwin moved to 432 wickets, one more than Hadlee's tally of 431 wickets in the 86 matches. Ashwin has played 85 tests so far, averaging 24.31 with a strike rate of 52.6. His best figures came against New Zealand when he took 7/59. He has scored 2,844 runs at an average of 26.83, including 5 centuries and 12 50s. Ashwin is just 2 wickets away from equalizing Kapil Dev's tally of 434 wickets, and he has plenty of time to do so in the ongoing Test series. Real Madrid registered an emphatic victory over Real Sociedad after a worrying opening 10 minutes where they fell 1-0 down after they gave away a needless penalty to the visitors. But Madrid rallied to come back from behind and score 4 goals, picking up all 3 points and extending their lead at the top of the Liga table to 8 points. Eduardo Camavinga, Luka Modric, Karim Benzema, Marco Asensio scored for Real Madrid. Andy Delort's late goal fired Nice to a 1-0 win over the runaway Ligue 1 leaders Paris Saint-Germain for the first time since March 21, 2015. With the win, Nice became the second team to finish 3 competitive matches without conceding a goal against Paris in a single season. Thank you, viewers. That's all from Nltv News now. But for more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV sa Manulagawas.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung